Hi, everybody. Welcome to Purpose Driven by Pink, Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We are so happy that you could join us and that you're here, and we are so excited about our guest speakers tonight. And we want to welcome Corrie Sapp. We want to welcome Becky Shaw and Rissy Blagborne. We are Purpose Driven by Pink, like I said. We are April Mann, Silver Ambassador, Sherry Coast, Gold Ambassador, and I am Jessie Huff, Silver Ambassador. We are so excited you're here, like I said, and we are so excited that these three people are willing to come on with us and talk to us about their journey to silver so far. And so right now we are going to start, and I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, Sherry Coast.
Hi, everybody. For those of you that aren't familiar with what silver is when you get 3 of your friends or family to join Plexus with you as an ambassador, and that's your first rank advancement. And at that time, you do get a $100 bonus, so it's pretty exciting. And what we want you to learn from tonight's event is that everyone's journey is different. Some people go to silver very fast, as you'll hear from the speakers tonight, and some people it takes a lot longer, but it's possible for everyone. If you just stick with it and trust the process and you love the process, so you might as well share them. Time's going to pass by anyways. Before we start, I need to have lovely Jessie put up the disclaimer, and we'll get that out of the way. The opportunity of a lifetime is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you're about to hear may vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease. The earnings of these ambassadors are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that an ambassador can or will earn through the Plexus compensation plan. The success of an ambassador depends on his or her skill set, work effort, and desire to succeed. If you'd like more information on the Plexus compensation plan, please visit plexusworldwide.com/opportunity. Thank you, Jess. Okay, now our first new silver ambassador, actually all these 3 women went silver in February. And our first guest is from Cincinnati, Ohio, Corrie Sapp. And we're so happy that she took time out of her busy day and life to share her exciting, fast journey to silver. So go ahead, Corrie.
Hi, everyone. My journey took 5 days. I was approached by my best friend from high school, who is now my kind of family in a weird way. And she said, "You have to try this." I am the most skeptical person on the planet, but I figure if she was coming to me with it, it had to be legit. She's never steered me wrong. So, okay, I'll try it. Within 3 or 4 days of trying the product, I felt amazing. I've suffered with autoimmune issues. I've had chronic fatigue, just very, very horrible last couple years. So I feel absolutely amazing. I no longer sleep all my life away. I've actually gone back to the gym, which is pretty shocking. I handle stress a lot better. I have a very stressful job, and I no longer want to lash out at people on a regular basis, which is pretty great. And when my friends had noticed, like, who is this person? What are you doing? So I told them, this is what I'm doing. Well, how can we do it? So I told them, and there my journey is. 5 short days. Everyone's super excited. I can only tell you that I feel amazing. If I hadn't had this feeling, it probably wouldn't have happened so quickly. But the products work. They sell themselves. People were jumping on the bandwagon faster than I could build it. It was crazy.
That is awesome. I wondered, what products did you start on, Corrie?
Well, it started with the triplex. I jumped fully in, so my first 2 days were a little rough. it was interesting to say the least. As with most autoimmune disorders, I had a very slow digestive tract, snail-like, if you will. I had just had gallbladder surgery, and so was having some digestive issues, associated with that. And I felt better. After 2 days, I felt better, and it was amazing how much better I felt. Just a drink in the morning, and then, my BioCleanse in the afternoon and BioCleanse and probiotic at night. I did also start taking the accelerator right away. I needed the mood booster, and it boosted my mood for sure. I don't think I've smiled this much in the last, 4.5 years.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Now, did you just sign up for wholesale prices, or did you become a customer? What did you do?
Well, I do as I'm told. So I was told this is the way you're going to do it, and so that's the way I did it. I signed up as a wholesale ambassador because, I listened to direction, and it really is the best way for me to go. It's cost effective, and now that I feel so much better and people are really on board with me, it feels good to have that opportunity for financial freedom as well.
Absolutely. Well, the woman that introduced you to Plexus is our next guest, and this is her upline, which is the person that signed her up. We call it her sponsor, Rissy Blagborne. So she also went silver in February. And Rissy, go ahead, and she's from, you're from Winona, Minnesota, right?
Yes, that's where I live now. Yep.
Awesome.
It's my new home. So my journey began, I didn't even know it began, but like 4 years ago when I got deathly ill in the middle of Podunk, Iowa, and I was sicker than I'd ever been. We were alone. We don't have family. They're all back in Michigan and Ohio. And so I started researching ways to heal myself because my doctor's answers were avoid X and Z. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I did the research. Alexis Filaromo is my upline. She and I met in 4th grade. She stood before us, this skinny little nothing. Hi, my name is Alexis. I'm from Atlanta. My birthday's May 15th. And I went, oh, my birthday's May 15th. Instant friends. Then high school came, whatever. We went to different all-girls schools. She went to the opposing school, so we didn't really see each other. Well, of course, she pops up back into my life through Facebook. And she's posting all this stuff about a year ago about Plexus, and I was like, I wish I had a filter so I could filter out Plexus. Like, I'm not interested. I'm not. Like, stop selling your wares. I just want to be your friend. Leave me alone. But yet she had all the answers because that's what I was looking for. Probiotics. Good, healthy probiotics. And I asked all the important questions. Will they survive the stomach to make it to your intestines? Because if they don't, you might as well flush them down the toilet because they don't work. So, whatever. We moved twice in a year, bought a house, totally bananas, and kind of didn't give it any thought. She's still posting. I'm still asking her random questions to be supportive and nice and, think about it, whatever. And then in January, she had a raffle, watch this video, ask a question. I was like, and win Pro Bio 5. I was like, oh, I love free stuff. If it's free, it's for me. So I did it, and magically I won. So I was thrilled. At the same time, we were dealing with my husband's gut issues. We have spent tens of thousands of dollars to hear, we don't know. It's not terminal. It's not anything. It just, too bad for you. He had had an accident like 15 years ago. The doctor did explain a head-gut connection after trauma, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, how are you going to fix it? He's like, well, go for a test. And I was like, okay, go for the test. It's negative. Great. I don't have to change our life 100,000%. Cool. That test was $300. Our chat was $500. We have a $3,800 deductible. So I'm paying cash. I'm like, well, this is stupid. So, I really started to pay attention to Alexis, got their probiotic. I started it. He started it. He was like, oh, another one of your hocus pocus potions. None of them have worked to this point, but fine. He's like, I don't want to go through all the banana stuff they want me to go through. Okay, fine. So basically from there, I didn't do anything. I think I got my product and I became an ambassador maybe between the 5th and 10th of February. And I didn't do anything. I just sat around. And then Corey's like, dude, this is amazing. And I was like, I know, I told you. So I signed her as an ambassador on Thursday. And then I signed my second ambassador the same day. And then the next day, I signed my third ambassador because the ladies were running such great specials, people couldn't say no. They had no reason to say no. The only person that I encountered who had an issue, I backed that up myself. I said, I'll take care of it. If you have any problems, I'll handle your situation. Don't worry. Zero risk. I took all the risk out of it for her. Okay, great. Pardon me. And all the while, I have 2 sick kids, and myself, I had strep. So I'm like, trying to talk to people on the phone. So 2 of my ambassadors are family members, my aunt and my cousin, and then my best friend. So not that it wasn't like great, but I literally got done signing my aunt on Friday, shut down the computer, and went and cleaned up one of the kids' puke. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't fancy. It was nothing. I just mentioned to my husband, hey, I went silver. He's like, congratulations. I don't know what that means. I got to go. So it was not to say that I don't understand how it's hard, because I do, but it just happened so fast. It was just like, you're not going to believe it. It's that great. So boom, done. Now, this week, not so easy, but through the IPA and doing these kinds of things, I'm just learning more every day to get me there. But it felt so fast, and I didn't feel like I could talk enough about it, but at the same time, I guess I was doing a good enough job. So I went with what I knew. I knew the probiotic, and I knew the triplex, and then I read about everything else. And I'm learning something every day. Like, we can use body lotion as deodorant. Okay, that sounds like something I would try. But for me, I'm not judging anybody when I say I did it in like 2 days. It was accidental. I didn't have a goal. I kind of wasn't going to run the business, but then everyone's like, okay, sign me up. And I was like, Alexis, they want to do this. She's like, well, there's your 3 customers. You go silver, you get a $100 bonus. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll pay for most of my products next month. And right. So I did.
All you did was really share with people, right? I mean,
yeah.
That's really what this business is about, is sharing your life and what your experiences are. That's great.
Yep, it was pretty simple. I don't know how it's going to go from now on, because I don't know a whole lot of people where I live, and I don't want to come off the wrong way, but I think people are going to take notice and have questions. So it'll go eventually.
Uh-oh, I don't know why we're not hearing Sherry right now.
Yep, she's muted again.
Is she? Okay. I'm sorry. Sherry, I don't know why we're not hearing you, sweetheart.
Oh, wait, there she goes. Her mute button's off.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you. Okay, hang on.
Hey, I told you I'm the queen of technical difficulties. Thank you so much. I'm excited and anxious to hear how the rest of your journey unfolds. Next is one of my dear friends, Plexus friends here, Becky Shaw, who is actually pulled over in a parking lot in Royal Oak. So that's how dedicated she is to helping us tonight. Welcome, Becky.
No problem. Hi, everybody. So I wanted to talk really, very briefly about how I started on Plexus, and then just go over 3 of the things that I kind of pinpoint that really helped me get through 8, 9 long months of really trying to go solo. So I started dating my boyfriend Matt back in December 2014, and I did not know at the time that 2 weeks after we had started dating, he actually signed up to be a Plexus ambassador. I had no idea. I hadn't met his friends yet, Christina and Jim and Amory and John, and I really was ignorant of this whole world. And so fast forward a couple of months, and I had actually noticed that he was making the cross. He's like in the middle of the day I would see him, he would come down in the middle of the day, maybe like really late afternoon, he would be drinking this drink, and I'm like, oh, that's strange. And so I kept watching for like another few weeks or so, and at that point I had met Avery and Christina, and I heard a little bit about Plexus, and I started asking him a ton of questions, and he started sharing what it had done for him, and how Christina and Anne Marie and all of our wonderful team had really not only benefit the products, but also from the business side of the whole organization. So after being successful with the products, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. I did a ton of research. Actually, my background is in research. I worked in labs before. I worked in healthcare for a really long time. So I knew that I didn't want anything that was going to harm me, obviously, and I wanted something that was safe, that wasn't going to make me dirty or feel like I couldn't fall asleep at night. So the more I learned, the happier I was, and I decided to really just give it a try. So that was actually at the end of April with Matt and Marie, and I took the products fairly consistently for a few months, and then I actually I hit kind of a snag in July, and I got very, very sick. I was actually off of work for almost 2 weeks. And at that point, I fell off the wagon as far as being consistent with my products and whatnot. I had, at that point, kind of dabbled in the business area. Excuse me, my voice is cracking. In the business area a little bit, but I hadn't really been consistent in posting on Facebook or really done any of the research into the business side or watch videos or anything like that. So fast forward to August, I really decided that after being so sick and after really struggling through that, my body just couldn't handle sickness like it should have been able to handle the sickness. So I decided, I was like, okay, I need to really pedal to the metal and get this going.
Oh boy, we lost her. That's what I was afraid of. We were having bad signal, so let's see if she calls back in.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know she's parked in a parking lot in Royal Oak, poor thing, and I don't think her service is really good.
Let's see if she pops back up because she's got the link. If she's got good service somewhere close by.
Okay, well, you know what, April, why don't we talk about your story a little bit since we're while we wait for Becky to come back on, okay?
Yeah.
Hang on, I think I didn't mute you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, Miss Sharon over here, she she would not really stop bugging me about trying Plexus. I was curious, when she kept posting, I kept seeing, I'm like, what is this? What is this? And then it was my husband that is the one that really, started talking about getting our gut health in check, and I really didn't know a whole lot about it, but I went with his instinct anyways, and so we started off on the BioCleanse and the ProBio 5. I was like, okay, I kind of feel, like we're getting somewhere, but it wasn't until August when she approached me about joining and getting the wholesale prices, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, and so I ordered the triplex combo, and it was the first week into it that me and Ken both had been on it, and oh my goodness, we saw amazing results. We were losing weight and feeling great. Both of our skin conditions were, started clearing up, and it was just amazing And my tummy issues were disappearing. And I originally was not going to share the product. I was just going to, sit on the sidelines and be a wholesale customer. And then, but after seeing and feeling the results, there was no way that I could keep my mouth shut. And I wanted to have everybody and anybody want, to try it and take it and, just be on it for the rest of their lives, because it really does make you feel so much better. But, I mean, that's the gist of it, but I see we got Becky back. So I'm going to let Becky finish her story.
Yeah, I don't know. Your signal, I don't know what's going on, Becky. We can hear you a little bit in and out. I don't know. See if we can. Go ahead.
Can you hear me right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Can you hear me better? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It might, like, I have a pretty good reception, but it might just be. Right.
Oh no, you're going in and out again, honey.
Can you hear me?
Not
Can you hear
really.
me?
Not really.
I can hear you guys. Do you want me to just keep talking and see if it works?
Yeah, how's your signal on your phone?
My signal's great.
It is, okay.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, let's carry on and see what happens.
Yeah,
okay. So there were really, like, there was this, like, great lead up to when I decided to start sharing the business. I had health experiences. I had always been super active when I was younger, and so I had a lot of friends who knew that, like, I wasn't do anything if it wasn't safe. So 3 of the things that I kind of pinpointed that helped me through this entire 8, 9, 10 process were this. The first thing was really, like, learning and becoming more familiar with products. Before, when I first started sharing back in, like, end of July and August, I did a ton of research. That's what I'm do. I do a lot of PubMed searches, a lot of different journal searches and whatnot, and I really familiarized myself with the products that way. And now I have the background as to why I picked the certain ingredients in the products that I use. Now I'm using more of our back office for, like, little blurbs to sort of share with people who maybe may not be interested in, like, the technical medical jargon and that sort of research. I'm also using the Plexus Power Tools quite a bit. Those are 2 really, really great resources. And the second thing was really something that I've come a long way with is time management. So when I first started sharing and posting on Facebook and doing all this background research and whatnot, like, I would, and I'm sure we all did this when we first started, like, I would spend a ton of time on Facebook, but I wasn't really doing anything. Like, at the time, I thought I was being productive, but I really wasn't being productive. And so, fast forward to October. Was it October or was it November? I can't remember. And Christina started doing her first IPA group. I got involved with that, and that was a game changer, because that actually made me realize the thing that I should be spending my time on and the thing that can wait until later. So now, even in non-IPA activity on a daily basis, I'm much more efficient. So when I watch a video, like, I'm watching a video and I don't have my notebook with me, when I watch a video, I take notes like a bad woman, because I want to be able to refer back to the thing I have spent time on, so I don't waste my time in the future sort of recapping something I have already watched, type of thing. That's not to say that I don't watch some of the same videos over and over and over again, because some of them are that great and they help us learn that more. But I've gotten, I'll actually show you, I've gotten much, much, much better at taking very detailed notes. Like, Jesse, you were sitting next to me at Super Saturday. All of those notes I've recopied into here so that I can refer to them in the future. And then last but certainly not least, and this is something that is very, very important. Like, definitely have a great appreciation, and I've really, really tried to absorb as much information as possible from the people that have gone before us. So that means our awesome uplines for me. That means Matt and Karina and Marie. And then also people that are within our LPL organization that aren't necessarily in your up and your downline. So that would be Julie Adams and Julie Ward and Terry and Steve, and things that you guys have done that I've learned from, and that's been very helpful. And also,
hey Beck,
sorry.
you are breaking up so bad right now. I'm not quite sure because we are only getting like every half word that you're saying, and I want to be able to I want to be able to have everybody hear your story because yours is pretty unique, but you're breaking up so bad. Would you mind?
Okay.
Would you mind if we had you on another show? That way you could be like at home on your computer? Because I really want to hear your story. I really do.
Yeah, everyone definitely needs to hear your story, sweetheart. So we definitely want to have you on again. We're so sorry.
Like next, I mean, if I'm not sure what we have going on next Monday or the following Monday, but I want to hear your story. It truly is unique. But your phone keeps cutting in and out so bad.
I know, and I don't understand it because I have like full bars. So I'm so in your good right now. Oh no. But yes, we will talk next week or the week after.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you ladies again so much for taking the time out and sharing your journeys with us. After hearing, all your guys' journeys and then parts of Becky's, we can see that no journey is alike. And and it does take it can take time for others, and it can happen quickly for others, but there's just no journey that's alike. And like my takeaway from tonight's show is just number one, don't give up on anything. Keep sharing Plexus, be excited about it, help others. There's just so much to be thankful for this company and for these products. And for each other. Yes, and I mean the support that we get through our PFFs, just the team members, the ambassadors, our uplines. It's just everybody is a team, and I really am so grateful that I have all of you guys that I can go to and just help me through this, and for the support. And like if I have any questions, I can go to anybody and we can figure it out together if there's an issue or anything like that. But for anyone that's watching that is not an ambassador, or or you're not a customer, and you have more questions, please get with the ambassador that shared the invite with you. And then stay tuned for another show next Monday, brought to you by Purpose Driven by Pink. And cheers, girls. Cheers.
Cheers.
And have a great night.
We hope you found your Purpose Driven by Pink tonight. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for all of our participants. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.